Morning. So this morning I've got up early and I'm going to go and ride solo 200. Now I was supposed to be riding this with a bunch of mates tomorrow, but the weather's closing in and today's going to be baking hot. So I spoke to him and said, look, do you mind if I go and do this on my own? Because it's going to be good heat acclimatization for Tourmaline Blanc in several weeks' time. And also, I really don't want to be riding it in the absolute pissing rain. And they were like, mate, if you've got the ability to go. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I've sorted myself out last night. I'm having a spot of breakfast just right now. And I'm also going to see if I can travel fairly light. So I'm not going to take any extra camera stuff. I'm just going to take my mobile phone and do all the filming like that. And that's how I started this YouTube channel. I didn't have any extra equipment. I did it all off a phone. So if anybody's watching this for the first time thinking, I want to start my own YouTube channel, you can do it straight off your mobile phone and then progress from there. It's pretty straightforward. Anyhow, right, I better get going.
I've filmed this bridge so many times in my adventures. It's almost like a little signpost of the adventure to come. The Devon countryside is super varied. So we're just going along the marshlands now before we start heading in towards Exmoor, right next door to the sea. So we'll pass Salton Sands where I used to surf a lot, and then we start heading towards Lynmouth. Well, that's looking a nice little sort of waist-high wave. So anybody on a longboard today at Saunton is going to have a really cracking ride, because it also looks like I've got a bit of a tailwind, which means there is a offshore wind, or I never get that right, onshore wind. Well, whichever one's best for holding up the waves, and I think they've got it for today. I'm riding along there thinking, I used to surf so much. Years and years ago, I used to surf like twice a day. The thing is with surfing it, and I think the reason why I gave it up in favour of cycling, is that with surfing you just have to hang around all day in the hope that the conditions will change or for a push on the tide. Whereas with cycling, you can go out in pretty much most conditions and still have a lot of fun and joy. And I think that is why I took cycling so much, because you get to explore places, you get to get fit, you still have a lot of exhilaration from climbing as well as descending, and you can do it any time. So I've done about 50 miles and I've just stopped off at the petrol station to get some more water, and the lady has told me, actually don't get water from the petrol station, get it from a local wild spring, which apparently is amazing water. So I'm going to get that next, but I've got a bottle to take with me on the moor because it's going to be really hot. I don't think I'll get another stop for another 50. I think I'm going to drink quite a lot. So I'll fill my water bottles up. I'm going to have a Coke. I'm going to have a Chelsea bun, and then I'm going to crack on. And the trick is with these kind of things is not to try and wait around too long. If I'm really honest, I've probably spent a bit more time, too much time chatting to this lady, but she's been very helpful. So I can't be rude. Anyhow, first stop, and then I'm going to crack on. That was Lynmouth. I surfed there once in the winter on an absolutely pumping day, and I took my longboard. I got some strange looks, but I caught some cracking waves, and I don't mind telling you, I was properly crapping myself at the same time. But they were about shoulder to head high waves, and it was proper heavy. That was a good day, if not just a little bit scary. As I climb away from Lynmouth, I'm probably going to stop filming or stop doing anything to camera, because it's pretty exposed up where I'm going next. So I'm heading towards Dalverton, and that'll be my next stop. And I know there's going to be a bit of a headwind across the top. So I've stopped off at Dulverton because A, there's a really good cake shop here, and B, it was flipping windy and hot going across the top of the moor. So I've literally drunk all my water and need to refill. So I'm gonna eat, refill as quickly as I can and crack on. The Exclusive Cake Company, it's an amazing bakery, and I can tell you what, their always good motto is absolutely bang on the money. That shows you just how strong that headwind is. So that's me, just broken the back of 100. I've stopped a couple of times since I last spoke to you, grabbed some water, grabbed another Coke, and just kept on going. And that's the thing, when you do these kind of things, stopping too long, I can guarantee is the thing that's going to make your ride longer, for sure, yes, because you're stopping, but also, if you stop too long, you're always getting back on the bike with coffee legs, and you know what that feels like, it's horrendous. So it plays with your mind, big time. So when I do these sort of things, I stop for the minimum amount of times I can, literally eat, get water on, go to the loo if I have to, and then go again. And it certainly helps from the mental side, keeps me positive, and it brings down the time. Well, that's that bad weather starting to make an early appearance. So I'm kind of glad I made a decision to go out today, because if it's like that tomorrow, it's going to be horrendous. So I've had to make a detour, because Dave, who made this route, loves to make routes on really off-beaten tracks. And I don't mind going down the odd track that's got a few more potholes than normal, but I draw the line at going down muddy tracks with loads of potholes in them. Literally, it was a single track road, and I'm not blooming going down that on a brand newly, the BMC's literally just come out of a major service, brand new tyres. I'm not doing that. Crazy guy. Anyhow, I've decided to take a different route home, and it should top the ride up to 200. Well, that's me back home. I've done 197.2, so that might round up to 200, but if it doesn't, I'm really not that bothered. The elapsed time was roughly about 13:36, and I'll update the Strava stats tomorrow. So I've been thinking as I was riding back, I might do an end video tomorrow when I've had time to think about some of the things I've learned from this trip that I can put in towards to Mont Blanc and any other sort of like long distance rides that I do. But that's been a good day in the saddle. Now, I did say I was going to do a little video at the end to sort of like give you some top tips of the things I'd taken away with me from this 200-mile ride, but in actual fact, I think that deserves a little video all of its own. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you guys next week.